What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Supreme Tech. Today, we're going to break down mobdro's creator getting arrested, and this is going to have huge implications for the future of other IPTV services and other third party apps. And there's a lot to break down with this, guys. So, we're going to go through these couple articles that I seen on the internet. One's on torrentfreak.com, the other one's going to be on troypoint.com. They're both great websites if you ever want to check them out. We're going to go over this one first. They both basically say the same thing, but you can come to either one, or Google it, and you can just read the articles yourself if that's what you want to do. But real quick, before we get into it, if you're new to Supreme Tech, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We just broke 20,000 subscribers, so thank you to everybody that's already subscribed. Also, check out my links I got in the description, guys. Got a lot of cool stuff down there for you to check out. But let's get right back into this mobdro creator getting arrested. If you don't know, this app recently got shut down, probably late February. I made a video on it. I'm going to put a link in the description and a cue card up now if you want to check that video out. It explains a little more what happened. But long story short, guys, is this app got taken down late February because of piracy issues, right? They have all this content, sports, live TV, and all types of stuff that you're supposed to pay for. mobdro has 43 million users, so it's probably the biggest pirate streaming service that there was, or IPTV service, if you want to call it that. And they have a huge network of users. 43 million users, says right here. So what happened was there's this place called the European Union Agency for Criminal Justice Cooperation. They're also called Eurojust. And what they did was they arrested the creator, and three other people have been taken in, either arrested or taken in for questioning. And this all happened in Spain and Andorra. So they arrested all of them or questioned all of them, and they're basically trying to, question the people, figure out, who's to blame, who's at fault, and make their charges accordingly. So they're figuring out who was the ringleader, and whoever made the most money is probably going to end up getting the worst charges and facing the most jail time. But there was a 2-year investigation. What happened was back in 2018, there's this place called the Spanish Professional Football League, La Liga, and the Premier League, and also the Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment. They made claims, that this app was using primary domains and servers to illegally connect to legally operating streaming services and content from which was presented in the mobdro app. So basically, piracy, right? Especially with the sports, because usually that sports is like pay per view, or you got to have a certain package to watch them, especially this Spanish football league. But they can only take it so long. I mean, once they start seeing a dip in their profits, you already know they're going to be making complaints, they're going to be making copyright strikes, they're going to be trying to get takedown notices sent out. And this place called Eurojust is really the main organization that set all this up. So what they did was they coordinated. It's called the Action Day, and there's a lot of different authorities from different places and municipalities that cooperated in this day of action or whatever. So they had a lot of different cities or countries and locations that had police working on this. And what they did was they basically just shut mobdro down. Once they did that, they found the creator, they found the main people that ran this app, and they took them all in. So I'm going to update you guys once I find out exactly what's happening to them. But, no one's sure as of right now. They reportedly made, it says here somewhere, they reportedly made at least 5 million euros. So that's about $6 million US. And it's a lot of money. No doubt they made a lot of money on this app. And that's just what they think. There's always other ways of making money. But overall, I think that's going to be like the bare minimum that they made was probably like $5, $6 million. And if you were a mobdro user, there's something pretty important that I want you to pay attention to here right now. It says it right here. mobdro operated an ad-supported model with users who preferred not to see ads. They were given an option to become peers within the Illuminati network. This means that their bandwidth and IP address could legally be used by Illuminati for their chosen internet activities. So basically, what this means is if you didn't read all the terms of service or whatever pop ups they have, whatever their EULA is, if you didn't read that and you chose to do the free no ads version, they can use your bandwidth, your IP address, all that, and do whatever they want with it. So a lot of people that didn't know this are pretty upset about it because it's a huge invasion of privacy, and they using your bandwidth also, which is crazy. And I'm sure that Eurojust organization really didn't like this either because it was pretty sneaky how they did it. They didn't just come out and tell you that's this what they were gonna do. They just made it like, in the fine print type of stuff. So you got to really look for it to find out what they're doing with your bandwidth, with your IP address, and that's a huge concern for a lot of people. Like I said before, guys, all these services, IPTVs, third party apps, I really don't recommend using them. I did in some of my earlier videos when I first started the channel, but if you watch my last video about this subject, like I said this is definitely the past. You don't want to be doing any of this stuff because there's so many different risks involved when you're doing it now. And like I always say, I mean, you might as well just get Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, Discovery Plus. I mean, there's so many legal streaming apps that you can have. And even if you don't have any money, there is some free ones, or free trials you can use. So don't worry. You can always get some content, even if you don't have any money. Just look for ones that have ads, because if you don't pay a subscription, you're definitely at least going to have ads. If you have an app or a service that says that you don't have to pay any money and you don't have to watch any ads, then they're probably not a legit site or a legit service. So I really don't recommend using it. If by any chance you still are going to use it or whatever, I always recommend using a VPN. I got a link for IPVanish VPN down in the description below and in the descriptions of all my videos, guys. You guys can check it out yourself. They got amazing deals going on right now. Again, that's IPVanish VPN. Just click on the link, it'll explain a little more. So usually for about, around $3 to $5 a month, depending on what promotion they got going on, you can get the best VPN around. You can choose what city, what country you're coming from. It fully protects your IP address. You can log on when you're in different countries or different states. Depending on, where you're at, you might not be able to log on to some of your apps like Netflix or Hulu. With a VPN, that's never a problem. You can always put your IP address to whichever country you need. So that's a huge plus. And there's so many other things that are great with the VPN. You guys can check out my other videos on this if you want. But basically, long story short, VPN is going to help protect you online, and it's going to be able to let you sign into all your programs and apps no matter where you're at in the world. If you ever used this app before, shoot a comment down below. If this worries you right here, when I was talking about if you've used it before and you basically gave them permission to use your IP address and your bandwidth, and you're worried about that, just comment down below. I'll give you as much information as I can about it. I'll probably make another video about just this because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are worried. What's going on? Are they using my information? Can they get to my other information? Overall, I don't think they can really get into all your stuff, but your actual IP address is something that you don't want people to have. So that's something that a VPN can help with also. But there's just a lot of risks when you're using stuff like this, right? And that's why I'm really switching up my content on the channel and not doing any of those illegal and third party apps just like this one. I'm just bringing you, the streaming news. We're going to bring you all types of stuff about the legit apps, the Netflix, Discovery Plus, Paramount Plus, stuff like that. Again, guys, this website's called torrentfreak.com. It's got a great article on this, and it's got other streaming news on here too if you want to check it out. And then the other website was troypoint.com. These are the makers of the Downloader app. So they got a lot of stuff going on here. If you want to scroll down and come read the article yourself, they're both pretty much the same article. But I think that about does it, guys. Again, if you're new, feel free to subscribe, smash that like button. And if you guys need a VPN, don't be afraid to go ahead, click on that link in the description. It only costs, like a gallon or two worth of gas every month. So if you think about it like that, you're really not spending that much money to basically protect your IP address, protect all your information, and be able to have all the perks of a VPN. With all that said, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one.